Hello, people. Guess what? It's New Year's Eve. Trippin', huh? I haven't done videos in a couple, 3 days. I'm not sure when I did my last one. But anyway, I just thought I'd get on here and say, hey, and say Happy New Year. I should have already taken a bath and made myself look all better. But instead, what I did was I put oil all over my head, so I look really great. Um, let's see. I wanted to do a little update. I had an appointment with my new cancer doctor yesterday. I like her. I like her a lot. She's nice. She's cute, but she's nice and informative. And she didn't mind spending some time with me. Jessica came with me. I'm glad she did because I can't remember everything. And I had a lot of questions, and there were things that I need to do that she can help me with. Um, I've been taking gabapentin because it's supposed to help with hot flashes. Well, I forget to take my pills, so I can't really blame the gabapentin. But I'm supposed to take it like 300 milligrams at night when I go to bed, and then 200 in the morning, and then 200 in the afternoon. Well, the big deal about gabapentin is it puts you to sleep. I don't want to go to sleep. I mean, there are times that I want to go to sleep, and I'm not able to go to sleep at night very well, but I'm sure that's my habits I had when I was a lot younger. When I would go out and come home late and not go to bed and then have to get up and go to work. I mean, I'd not go to bed when I needed to. So, too much of that non self discipline. You need some discipline, as in, can't party all the time. Not that I was partying hardy, but I was staying up because I didn't like being told to go to bed, even when it was me telling me to go to bed. So those things that you did when you were a lot younger, when you get older, guess what? They're fixed in your time clock. I mean, I would go to bed 2 or 3 in the morning and get up and be to work by 9 at least. When I worked for my dad, I had to be there by 7. Oh my God. But anyway, I'm just saying, if there's anything you can do about it, you should try when you're younger to not have these habits. Okay, so I'm not sure all the things that she told me that I can tell you, but we are going to change that. I'm going to get off of gabapentin, and she's got something else she wants me to try. But you know what? It costs money. Um, Jessica wrote the stuff down, I believe, because I sure didn't. This medicine that she wants me to start taking. So I've got to wean myself off of gabapentin. She said do the 300 and then switch to 200 and then switch to 100, at the night time. But I tell you, I have hot flashes really bad. I'll be just fine and dandy, and the next thing you know, full-fledged got water pouring off of me. Not very comfortable. But she thinks this other medicine will be better, so hopefully that'll all work out. I'm not sure. But I know that I don't want to be sleeping all the time during the day. I mean, I need to sleep good at night. And sometimes being older, yeah, you end up going without sleep. That's just the way it is. And I know, yes, that stuff they got me on, thinning out my hair. So I've got to deal with that. And she was telling me, and so was the other lady, she was telling me vitamin E. I'm talking about my doctors. Vitamin E. I hope I've got this thing turned up. I bet I don't. I bet I don't. It might not make a difference in the world, but it might. Um, so it's New Year's Eve. I want to wish all you guys a happy New Year. And I want to wish myself a happy New Year. I sure hope that that's how that works. I have a feeling I'm headed for a very good New Year. Um, but I don't know. So in the meantime, I'll be looking for me a job, but my car is 3,000 miles away. That's not good. I looked up the minimum wage for Pennsylvania. It said $7.25. But I talked to a lady last night at Walmart. We stopped by Walmart on the way home. And so I talked to one of those door greeters and asked her, I says, do you mind if I ask you some questions, like how much do you get paid? And do you like, first I asked, do you like your job? And then I said, and how much do you get paid? And how often do they need people around here, So she was telling me the lowest paid job is $15 an hour. Thank God for that. I mean, that's what I was used to seeing when I was on the West Coast. But after pulling that up online, I'm going, huh? So anyway, you have to get online to apply. So I still might do that, but I'm going to have to find a way to work if I do get a job. I could sure enjoy getting paid. I mean, even if 15's not very much, it's still. I mean, because really, if I got right down to it, I got some smarts. I got a brain. I have some skills. So, the deal is, is I know it's weird and I'll be saying it anyway, is that for me, I can't stand up all day. I can't stand on my feet forever. I can stand and sit and stand and sit, but I cannot just stand. I have weak legs, and that kind of happens, I guess, when you get older. But I do know that Walmart hires handicapped people. I mean, and if they can hire handicapped people, I would think they could hire me too. And I've seen them sit. The door greeters, you can either, I would hope that you could stand and sit. Just because that's what I need. And I need some money, so that would be really nice, right? To have a job. Even if it's a part-time job, but I have to have a way to get there. So I wish I had my car. I do. I wish I had my car. I really like my little car. It's just that it's way far. I'm all bent over so that I can fit in the screen. Excuse my oily head, and I think I might even oil my face. I do need to do that. So what I did, I was going to show you. Let's see. Okay, this is what I bought yesterday. Now, I was talking about castor oil. You want it in a glass jar, and you want it this and that and the other thing, right? Well, this is a plastic jar, and it is from Walmart. But it is cold-pressed, unrefined, hexane-free, organic castor oil, 100% pure. It's for hair and skin care. So then what did I do? In my suitcase, because this is what the doctors have said too, it's vitamin E oil. Okay, so I said, what do you mean? Do you mean the supplement or the oil? So what I did was I got me the supplement. Let's see. I got the vitamin E supplement. Okay. And it says heart help. Okay, so that's good. Excuse me. I'll be showing you this. I got this at Walmart also, not yesterday. Okay. This is vitamin E, 5,000 IU skin oil, it says. Okay. Then it says down here, no animal testing. I don't know what that is. So I'm not even going to try to say what it is. But nevertheless, this little bottle right here, what is this? It's 4 ounces, okay? I think this was almost like about $4. I got it in Washington when I was still with my Papa Bear. Smells really good, too. It reminds me of almond oil. Almond oil smells lovely. Okay, so years ago I sold, what did I sell? Jafra. And they had an oil that was called Royal Almond Oil. And that's what this smells like. Really a nice smell. So anyway, my reasoning for all this is, castor oil is a little bit thick. And I wanted to rub it on my scalp. My scalp needs help. All this time I've been washing my hair and stuff. I never thought about massaging my scalp and cleaning and scrubbing and all that stuff for my scalp. I just thought about my hair. So you might want to do that. Because you definitely need to treat your head so your follicles don't get all damaged and stuff. I mean, it's going to happen anyway. This medicine they got me on, the stuff that I go and get treated with, is causing my hair to thin. And I don't know what the actual end result's going to be. But I put the castor oil on. But then I decided, you know what? I had room in this bottle to add some of this. So that's what I did. Because it really should be diluted somewhat. And I am no expert. I'm not even claiming to be an expert, okay? But this is what I'm doing for me. And we're going to hope that it works. Because, there's a lot of reasons for losing your hair. And I don't have the one. People put permanents in their hair, or they straighten their hair. They use all these chemicals on their head. Shouldn't do that. But anyway, I didn't do that. I think it's a matter of I lived out in the country without running water. And so my showers were not every day. It's not really a good idea to take one every day. But anyway, with my circumstances, I did not take care of my head very good. I just never really thought about getting into my scalp and stuff. So, but anyway, I took that castor oil because I had room. I had about this much room in the top of this bottle. Now this is a 4-ounce bottle. The other one is an 8-ounce bottle. But what I did was I just filled this one up. You can see where the liquid is. And then I shook it up. So, I think it'll be a lot easier to put on my head. And really what I want to do is get inside and get to my scalp, not just do my hair, but then put it through my hair too. So we'll see. I didn't really want to wait around until I took my bath and all that stuff. So since I haven't talked to you and I had time right now, I thought I would. So let's wish everybody a Happy New Year. And I sure do want one. I'm gearing up for happiness, people. I've had a lifetime of not being so happy. So it's time. It's time to be happy before I go to the next place that we're going. Where would that be? It's going to be heaven, baby. Heaven. Oh. Heaven. I can't sing that song. I really need to be practicing that song because I think they're going to do karaoke tonight. Jessica's not leaving. I thought she'd probably be going somewhere else, for New Year's. So they're going to stay home and play games, and we might do karaoke in the garage. They've got it all set up. I haven't been out there yet to see what they've done. I haven't been here in 2 years, so things change. But it's better for them that they use that space in a good way so they can be happy. My daughter's boyfriend's he's a singer. He's in a band, and he's a really great singer. He does a good job. Then they have friends that do karaoke all the time. They do karaoke with, so I don't know. They must have it set up for karaoke out there. And I've spent my day paying taxes. I'm totally got it done. So that's wonderful. I don't have to worry for another year. And then I changed my address at a few places, places that I was paying the taxes, and when I talked to somebody, I'm going, okay, where's my land? The deal was, when I got that property out there, I was supposed to be getting 70 acres. And my neighbor's supposed to have 10. And then I get my tax bill, and they're charging me taxes on 68 acres. I'm going, what's the deal? Where's my land? I thought maybe the neighbor that had the 10 acres got more, you know. I'm going, why are you only charging me for 68 when I have 70? Not that I'm wanting them to charge me any more money. But anyway, so the girl that's working there that I talked to is working on that. She said, you know, she'll work on it today, and then they're off tomorrow. And so the next day I might hear from her, but she's going to try and find out. It is aggravating, and it is weird. And they did say, from aerial views, you know, the landscape and stuff, it could, like, change the amount of land. So we'll see. And I told her, I said, I've talked to some people there before. And see, there's 2 acres, which is what I'm missing. There's 2 acres behind my property on the side, just on the side. You know, like my land's all this way, and then behind my land should be the next people's land. But there's 2 acres right there by County Road 3 that they don't have a name on it for who owns it. And I told her, I want to know. If that's my land, I want it. Especially, it's got these humongous fruit trees. So old trees, but apple and pear. And then it's also got a cellar. It's like I told her, I says, you know, if we had a really bad storm, at least I could go run into it. We found that cellar by accident, and I don't know what we were doing back there. But, you know, if something comes along and you need to run for shelter, there you go. There it sits. And so I told her, I says, I want to know where my 2 acres are. So she's going to look for them. And I told her about that place and about where to find it. Because isn't that kind of suspicious? There's 2 acres right behind my property over to the side. However, the way they cut up sections, they're straight lines. So that should not be, that place should not be mine. But someone at that assessor's office told me that they don't have anybody's name on it. So I told that girl about it today. I told her how much I'd like to have that property. If it's not mine, fine. But if it is, I want it. You know, I love land. And so, anyway, got all my taxes paid. Got all my taxes paid. Except for the one that I got to send in the mail. But the check is written and it's inside an envelope that's addressed. I'm just waiting for a stamp to put it in the mail. And it's not due until the 31st of January. So we be okay. The other taxes I was paying, I was late. Well, some of it was new. Let's see. Osborne, it was new taxes. Logan was new taxes. Okay, the only one I was late on was Perryton, Texas. But it'll all be up to par, up to snuff. When I was a little kid, I saw snuff. In fact, I might have even tried some. It's the kind you put up your nose. You know, you put a little bit here and sniff or something. I don't know why people do that. Unless they needed to clean out their nose. Anyway, you people, I hope you have a wonderful New Year's Eve. Stay safe. Don't be out there doing stuff that's stupid. And let me give you a clue. In Perryton, Texas, years ago, years and years and years and years and years ago, I got a DWI. And it was stupid. But see, what happened was, I'm going to tell on you people. You know, it's a middle of nowhere town. And back then, I mean, the only place you could drink was at a club. And we were at a club, and it was New Year's Eve. And I was there all night. And here's the deal. I know that I can't drink very much. I have a problem with blacking out. But what I did when I went to this place, can't even remember the name of it, but it used to be. It's not alive anymore. I think they made it into a storage unit or something. But we used to go there all the time. It was just right there outside of the town. And then if you wanted to go have fun after hours, then you get in your car and you go to the line, okay? About 7 miles down the road were 3 bars, and all they did was beer. I don't know if they had wine coolers. They might have, okay, but I didn't drink either one of those things. And I had a lot of friends that went to the line, and it was New Year's, and I'm going, I gotta go say Happy New Year's to these people. So what did I do? I left earlier than everybody else, so I'm like out there on the road by my little self, and I borrowed my dad's car, one of the cars, okay, because we sold cars. Dad knew I had the car. I weren't supposed to be driving it though, you know, under the influence. And so what I did, people, don't do this. Don't do what I did, okay? But I got 2 drinks and 2 Cokes, or Pepsi if they had it, because that's what I prefer. But it was probably Cokes. But anyway, the point was, I would drink a little bit and pour some of the Coke in it. Okay, so all I had all night long was 2 drinks. And I had 4 glasses in front of me at all times. And so there were cops, policemen, whatever you want to call them, law enforcement officers inside the bar watching what everybody's doing, and they assumed that I was drinking a bunch. Because I know that from what they said to me when they pulled me over. Anyway, point is, don't think you aren't being watched. And don't think they aren't waiting for you outside on the street, because they're going to pull you over and take you in and take your money. One of the things was, you know, they knew my dad, because my dad had a wrecker service, and he would work with the cops, the police officers, whatever. And so they knew who I was. They knew who my father was. And they thought, what did they think? See, I was stupid, because I think they would have had someone come pick me up, but I wouldn't let my dad be called. I didn't want to embarrass him, for one thing, you know. So anyway, I mean, they let me ride back to the police station in the front seat. I didn't have handcuffs on. I didn't have any problems. And then I'm inside with them, and we're communicating, and what's the deal? You know, you got to blow in that breathalyzer thing. Well, I blew, and guess what? I would have passed it. But oh no, they had me blow again. And then they had me blow every damn breath I had in my body out of me. And I just barely went over the mark. Cost me $2,000. Yeah, just ripped me off when I really hadn't been drinking hardly at all. However, I did have a half of a joint, a roach, that I took a couple hits off of. They pulled me over. I put it in the floor. I didn't know where to put it. But then they didn't even admit that I had that, because what would have happened was it would have lowered my offense, because they go to the lower one. But oh no, they didn't even bring that up. They wanted, and they got $2,000 out of me. I was lucky enough, that, see, they would have let me go home, but I said, no, I'm not calling anybody to come and get me. And so I spent the night in jail. And I didn't tell my dad anything for about 2 weeks, but then I finally told him what had happened. Because, he's working with these people. Nevertheless, wasn't one of my more shining moments. Just be careful out there, people. Go and have fun and don't get drunk. I wasn't drunk. I really wasn't. But still, I had been drinking. And if I had not blown every damn breath out of my body into that thing, they wouldn't have had me. I'm telling you. You get pulled over and you get to blow in one of them things. Don't blow as hard as you can blow. Don't be stupid. It might be that you are too far gone and that's what you're going to get. But, I just barely blew over the limit. And it took everything I had to do that. So how stupid? I mean, really, how stupid was that? Nevertheless, that's enough of that. I just, I miss talking to you people. I miss having my little chats. My daughter can't believe that I can talk that long, but I guess, everybody around you tells you they don't want to hear it. I talk too much. You talk too much. Well, that's why it's easy for me to talk on here. Plus, I was told once upon a time by a speech teacher when I started junior high, I was in speech class, which I didn't know what that was. I think it might be like an English elective or something. But it's where you get up in front of people and talk. It's not teaching you how to use your mouth and pronounce your words and stuff. No, they put you in front of people and you talk. And I introduced myself. I mean, they had me come up and introduce myself. I think they might have been doing that with all of us because I think I started school in the beginning of that year. That would be the 9th grade. But, I mean, I was shy. I got up there in front of everybody and started talking, and she had to tell me to shut up. I talked over, I think our limit was 5 minutes, and I talked well over that. Or, I mean, I started to. She shut me up. And she told me, she says, you are a filibuster. I didn't know what a filibuster was. But she was saying that, once you start talking, you can't shut up. Well, maybe that's me. That's what she said anyway. But I was very young. What would that be? 14, 15. I don't really know. My birthday is at the end of the year. May 28th. So I graduated either on my birthday or the day before. But it was always, this is Utah. It was always right around there. Memorial Day weekend when school was out. And I gotta quit bending over. Doo-doo. Yes, I've got that same song stuck in my head and I just can't seem to let it go. And when I was with Jessica at my dad's funeral, we went to an Eagles club because that's where they go here. Okay, and so there was a thing where you could exchange license plates, and she had brought one with her from Lansdale to trade for one there. So we went to an Eagles club, and that's where I ended up doing some karaoke, and I wasn't very good and hadn't been singing that song very long, and I still had people go out and dance while I was singing, though. I love that song, and you guys know which one it is. When I Found Her. And so I should be practicing that so I could sing it tonight. I just haven't ever really practiced singing. And then I hadn't really been singing very long. It's just that I love that song. And see, amazingly enough, I haven't listened to any of his other songs, and evidently he's got more songs. I just haven't heard them because I'm just into that one. I was lost within the darkness, but then I found her. I found you. Anyway, Stephen Sanchez, When I Found You, I believe is the name of the song. So I'll shut up about that. So, I know I talked a little bit about my doctor. Yesterday was my first visit with her, and I like her. I don't know about my last doctor. I couldn't really say that I liked her as much, but she told me things that I didn't know. So I like her for that. And this one would have too, but I should have taken a pen and paper to write down notes. So it's good. It's good to have a second person because I'm going to need Jessica to help me figure that out. I don't know what that medicine costs, but evidently, if you got to get help with it, it must be spendy. It's the one for my hot flashes, and they can be really bad. They take all your hormones out. Take all your hormones away. That's what these hormone blockers are for. And then there you sit. Got hot flashes so bad. So bad. But anyway, I guess I'll shut up. And hopefully you can see me okay and I don't look too awful bad, but I gotta do something about this hair. I don't want to lose it. Doesn't mean, I might lose it, I might not. I don't really know. But there's just not a lot there. When I was a teenager, I had the thickest hair, thickest eyelashes. I had 3 layers of eyelashes on both sides. I don't know if there's any more, but I was told I had 3. I had thick eyelashes. Until I started wearing mascara and then started pulling it off. I would pull the mascara off my eyelashes and it would pull my eyelashes out with it. So that's the thing not to do, people. If you have teenage girls that are wearing mascara, warn them against that. You don't want to lose your eyelashes, So anyway, I gotta sit up. And I'm not sure what all I gotta do. When my daughter gets out of the shower or the tub or whatever she's doing, I'm gonna go in there and wash this hair. Kind of hate to, but I don't want to look like an oil slick. We're going to play games. I was surprised. Did I already say that too? Jessica is going to stay home and have New Year's. And I think that's great. So we're going to play games and maybe sing some karaoke and have some drinks. And in the meantime, I will say Happy New Year to you people. And I am happy to have my taxes paid. It's a good thing. I wish they were less, but they're pretty good. My taxes in Perryton are not good, but my taxes elsewhere are. Just goes to tell you that it's not worth very much, right? Oh, my body hurts. Quit complaining. Oh, I can't help myself. Let me see if I can pull you up here. Yeah, I gotta work on a lot of things. This new year coming up, I'm gonna work on some stuff. I'm gonna work on this stuff here. Evidently, they've got some new stuff, new tools where you roll up and down. I don't know if that'll do any good. And then I was watching somebody who was talking about, I don't know if they were talking about the lymphatic system, but there's something that needs to drain. So maybe that's the problem. I need to rub it up and down. I can't remember what they said. And I forget who this new person is I've been listening to. She's a dermatologist, so she's been talking about things you can do for your skin. And I've heard a lot from Barbara O'Neill too about castor oil and your hair, your follicles, but also wrinkles. So I'm going to mix vitamin E and castor oil and use that on my face and in my hair and hope that better things will happen. You know, it's like I never thought about it, having to worry about my scalp. But, you know, one of them said, the doctor before this one was saying, put the vitamin E on your head and massage it in, massage it in. So that's what I'm gonna do. Gonna do it. Um, Something that I've discovered from listening to people, though, I didn't know that. You know, you don't realize how important sleep is. So when you go without sleep too much, you start looking pretty haggardy. That's probably part of what's wrong with me, going without sleep. But I'm going to try to do better. And even when I try to do better, I still can't get into bed. When I get into bed, sometimes I stay awake, even though I'm in the bed. But I don't know what else I was going to say. Oh, I said that about your hair. Not getting enough sleep will make you lose your hair too. I'm not sure I'm saying that right, but one of the things to do to help you not lose your hair is to get your sleep. They want you to have 8 hours sleep. That's something that's very difficult for me. I always thought the 6 hours was plenty. But, you know, in the last year or so, I've been waking up throughout the night. So it's not like deep sleep, you know, where you're dreaming. They want you to actually be dreaming. I've started dreaming, so I am doing better. I'm not dreaming a lot, but I dream some. And, but your face, your skin, your hair, all these things need sleep. Your brain. So that's what I'm going to be trying to do. You know, my naturopath so long ago, but she wanted me to get in bed by 10. I said, well, good luck with that. It's not funny, because evidently I needed to do that. So in the future I'll be trying to do that, but at least 6.5 hours, seven and a half is, I'm going to work my way up to 8. Be much nicer if I had my fella, that we could go to bed together, you know. Go to bed, have some extracurricular activities, and then go to sleep. That would be lovely. So we'll see what the future brings. I'm looking forward to a new year, and I'm hoping, I've got to sleep. That will make my body feel better, and it will make my hair stay longer and stuff like that. And I did not long ago. I had Nancy cut my hair, and I really wasn't thinking she was going to cut off as much as she did, but my hair was awful thin, and she cut off 5 to 6 inches. So yeah, my hair is short compared to what it was. But if you only have a few strands of hair that's that long, you know, then no. And I would, you know how I do. I flip my hands through my hair. Well, when you got hair that long, your fingers get stuck. I was getting stuck, probably pulling my hair out. But things are going to get better. And I tell you these things, so maybe they'll get better for you too. I think I'm going to take a break from the scriptures just for a little while. I did good. I read Matthew. And I read the first 3 chapters of Luke. And that's where Jesus' birth was. And I'm not sure if I read it to you. I must have. I'm not sure. I know I did. John, the first chapter of John. And I'm thinking that started when he was... I was doing that for Jesus, okay? In other words, I wanted to read to you about Jesus in the Bible. And that was kind of like a request. He didn't say it. He didn't ask me to do it, but he said, I like the Bible scriptures. So I thought, you know what, I can do that. Especially since Jesus' birth was so important and stuff. So, and Matthew was a tax collector, so everything he said was really great. And it was short. The details were short. He didn't cover hardly anything about the crucifixion and stuff. And the reason I read the first part of Luke is he actually covers the birth. He did a lot of covering of the things that happened at Jesus' birth, where the angels appeared to the shepherds and told them where the babe was and about the star. There was a brand new star. And it came and rested upon the little, I want to call it a shack, but it was not even that. It was like a little, well, I guess it would be a shack, but it would be for the animals, okay, not for people. He was born and laid in a manger, but he was born basically in a barn. But not a big barn, I don't think. But where the animals were, there's a cartoon, I don't know where it is, or I don't know what they show these days, but there was a cartoon about Jesus' birth and how all the animals talked, and they were there to see everything. But nevertheless, so you have your shepherds that came to see the babe, and then you've got the wise men. There was 3 wise men that followed a star to where he was too, and brought, I think it was gold, frankincense, and myrrh to give to the babe. So anyway, we've done and past that, I know. But Jesus, very important to all of us. And in the meantime, I'm going to say goodbye. I'm sweating to death. I need to go downstairs where it's cool. This room is really small, and I don't know how to open up the window, and I left my fan at Nancy's house. I have just a little fan. I had to have a fan at Dad's house, so finally, when Nancy was there and it was my birthday, me and Nancy went out and we got a fan for me, just a small one. And we came home and told Dad, that's Lou's birthday present. But I mean, really, nothing like suffering, especially going through menopause and all that stuff. Some of you will understand. Nevertheless, I'm going to have to go out and find me a fan if I have to stay in here. Because heat rises, okay? Heat rises. Downstairs is cool, but up here is hot. And then Jessica's on the 3rd floor. Wow. And see, when I say 3rd floor, this house has 3 floors, but then it also has a basement. So there's 4. And what it is like townhouses. So these houses, you would say, are all connecting walls. They share walls. And I know duplexes and townhomes do that, but it's kind of strange. They'll have a whole row of houses that are joined. That scares me, because I don't like being attached to someone else's house. If they burn it down, they burn me down too. Not cool. So we just hope nobody does that. But things do happen. I burned a house down by accident. And when I lived in a duplex, I did have some moments where I had left something on the stove. So, be careful. You're not supposed to leave the stove when you're cooking. Okay, so I'm going to say goodbye. I hope you guys have a great one. And I shall return. I'm just not sure when. I will see. I did find a book when I was packing up. Excuse me, I'll push you out. What's it called? I think it's called Gospel Principles. It's just a little teeny thing because it was a little missionary handbook. I'm wondering. There it is. I'll show it to you. Principles of the Gospel. See how little it is? And my hand is a lot bigger. Anyway, and then I found something that I like, so I put a little envelope there. Wonder what it is. So, you know, I might not be reading to you out of the scriptures, but this tells you where to go and look. Oh my. See, I never knew that. The angel Gabriel appeared to the Virgin Mary and foretold the birth of the Savior. See, so right up above that, it's got Luke 1:11. 1:11. An angel appeared to Zacharias, the father of John the Baptist, and foretold his birth. That's Luke 1, verse 11, comma 12. So it's 11 and 12. Unless it's Luke 12. That is what it is, Luke 12. And then the angel Gabriel appeared to the Virgin Mary and foretold the birth of the Savior. And that's verse 31 of Luke 1. An angel appeared to the shepherds, bringing the joyful news of the Savior's birth. And then it gives you some more. So that would be Luke 2, verse 10 and 11, I think. One warned Joseph to flee into Egypt to save the life of the child Jesus and to return again after the death of Herod. That's in Matthew chapter 2, verse 13 through 15. According to prophecy, angels were to act an important part in the dispensation of the fullness of times. John the Revelator says, "And I saw another angel fly in the midst of heaven, having the everlasting gospel to preach unto them that dwell on the earth." That's Revelation 14:6. So they're talking about angels. That's what it is. Angels have acted an important part in every dispensation of the priesthood. An angel first preached the gospel of faith in the Son of God to Adam. You can't even see me. Okay, let's see. Yeah, and they're talking about pearl of great price. Moses, chapter 5, 6 through 8. An angel of the Lord called to Abraham. That's in Genesis. An angel first attracted the attention of Moses to the burning bush. And then here's Exodus 3, verse 2. Anyway, it says in the Old Testament that angels are often talked about. Angels of the Lord. Okay, so that's a good enough. Good enough. We'll see what I have to talk about another day. I'm going to go take a shower because time is getting away from me. But I think Jessica's probably out of the shower now. I think she might have just had a bath, soak in a bath. My problem is if I have something too hot, it's just going to make me sweat. Nothing like taking a shower even and getting out and starting to sweat. Seems a little anti-productive. So anyway, I don't know how many years ago that was at DWI, but it was way many years ago. We left Washington and moved to Perryton, Texas, and it was probably within that first year. We moved to Texas in 91, so we'll say 92. So from 92 to now, I get confused. But nevertheless, we got 24 years plus 8. 24 plus 8 was that? It was the end. It was the end of 91 that we moved there, so we can discount that. It would have been in 93 or 94 when that happened. Nevertheless, nothing like having your finances messed with. So stay home. You know, they didn't really have cabs there for you to say, oh, or an Uber driver, give me a lift. I thought about being a little bus driver for the days when people went to the bar, offer them a ride to the line and a ride home. You know, for a price, but that would have been a good deal. Saved people a lot of money rather than getting a DWI and it costing an arm and a leg. And then also the fact that you can't drive. So I'm going to say goodbye, people. See, I tell things I probably shouldn't tell. But I'm not perfect. Definitely not perfect. So take care. Be aware. Call a cab. Or have one designated driver drive a bus. Especially in Perryton, I don't know. Telling all you people, they be outside waiting for you because they need the revenue. And that rhymed. And they're more cared about their revenue and their paycheck than they are about your paycheck. Okay? It was like they all needed their quotas. How dare they? How dare they do that to people? And still, they can be nicer than that. You guys take care. I love you. Talk to you later. It'll probably be a new year. Maybe not. We'll see. Bye.